video lecture, we are going to cover about OS module. So let's start with the OS module. So what is OS module? So OS was basically stands for operating system, and it is an older and function-based way to interact with the system. So let's try some of the files. Let's try it first. First, let's try to import OS. Okay. So now, first one is os.getcwd. What does this CWD even means? If you don't know, if you try this, we are getting some of the path, and it is at a string. If you try this type of the os.getcwd, you can see it is class string. So that's how. And if you wonder what is this getCWD, that will show another terminal output bash. Okay, let it reload. So if I try getCWD also, okay, in Linux we have both pwd and cwd, but somehow this one does not have. Let's try in command prompt if it has. It also does not have cwd. In PowerShell, if you try this, yeah, it is taking time. Okay, let's try cwd. Okay, somehow cwd is not recognized, but it is cwd. Basically, it stands for current working directory. So if I type it like this, CWD, it is means it is stands for current working directory. Okay, so now after this we have some more functions like getting the join insert. Okay, so these are the functions which we are going to learn all of them. Okay, so first one we have done importing OS and get CWD. Next one is os.chdir, and in this we need to enter the path. So before going for this, let's first list dir. Let's understand what is os.listdir, this third function. So os dot, and even you can try help for this. Help on os.getcwd. As usual, this shows error. Okay, I was not supposed to pass it as function. Okay, so getCwd return a Unicode string representing the current working directory. So here you can see that CWD full form is also written current working directory. So after this, we are going for os.listdir. Let's try help on this os.listdir. So it has longer help. Else on built-in information os.listdir in module listdir path equals to none. Basically, if it is none, then it is your current path, and return list containing a names of the files in the directory. Names of files. So basically, it is going to return, I think, files and folders. So if I try os.listdir, so you can see I have these files and folder in my directory. Okay, so these are temp.txt, py, news, new2.py, new1.py, and even you can see we have created in previous temporary module, which is my mod, that is also present here. So this way you can use this function os.listdir. Our next one is os.chdir. So os.chdir, this is the second one. Let's try to go one up, or let's say go for 9 mod. Now if I try os.getcwd, you will see some changes. So you can see now my Python file is in EYT Python my mod. So in this way you can change your file location. And if you want to go just the one above, then you have to use os.chdir and then dot slash, basically double backslash and then double dot. And so now, so basically what does this mean? Double dot means going one up of the parent file. Suppose I'm in folder, and if you want to exit the folder and going up of that folder, you need to use double dot, and single dot means current folder. So you can see we are back to our folder. Basically now I'm EYT Python what? Now I'm in EYT and Python. EYT Python basically. So in this way, we can even change the directory. So what does CSDIR means? If you take help on os.chdir, then you can see change the current working directory. You can again see CWD. So it is saying that it wants to change in current working directory. Okay. Now just like since we have list dirs, so let's try again. os.list dir. So you can see we have it as a list. So let's save them in list. os.list dir. And let's create a new folder which name is new app. New folder. Let's try this first. New folder none. So it is saying false. And now I'm going to make a new folder. This is os.mkdir. And I'm going to pass new folder. And now if I try os.list, and even you can see some changes in my shifting of this, you can see new folders also appeared here. So if I try os.list dir, and you may see somewhere here in for which I can't see, so let's try it like this. So L is equals to os.list dir. Now if I try new folder in L, so you can see it is saying true. Let's try to get index of that. Getting index of that new folder. So it is at 8 index, so it should be at somewhere here 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So here you can see this is the new folder we got in our list, and earlier we don't have that directory. So in this step you can create a new directory. I mean create your own folder using Python commands, using import os and make mkdir. Mkdir basically mk means make, dir means directory, and in programming directory means folder. So basically this function explains itself that make directory means make folder. Okay, so to try help on this, os.mkdir, you can say creating a directory. So okay, there is one more thing, it is permission here, but since I'm in this I cannot show you. Okay, now after this we have make dirs. os dot Let's take first help on make dirs. os.makedirs. Make sure to write s for this and here it has make. Okay, so it is like, so os.makedir is some different function. So basically it is used to create multiple folders. Suppose you can see in new folder I don't have any folder. Okay, but if I try to create os.mkdir like dot backslash new dot double backslash, make sure to use double backslash because first we are setting this properly, and new folder and nested one. Okay, now if I enter this, you can see nested one. I got here nested one, and same for nested two. I even got nested two if I show here nested two here. Now same for nested three. Here you can see we also got nested three here. Now after this, let's say if I want to make like os.mkdir, just like nested one does not have any folder. Just like I'm opening this, you can see arrows flickering. So it does not have anything in it. Now if I try os.mkdir nested one and backslash nest 1.11 nest 22 like this. So it throws me error. Do you know why? Because it throws me error because it is want to say basically we cannot find the path inside nest 11 because nest 11 is not going to be accessed. Therefore it is throwing error. So for this we need to use make dirs. If you use this, Here you can see I got it like this. Now if I will use it like 2 and here like 1, it will again going to execute this. So if I open this, you can see I again got in this one. So in this way, you can use os.makedirs. After this one, we have os.remove. So before removing, let's try to get help on what is os.remove does. Because you don't want to remove any system files. If dir it should be file descriptor, open directory, and path should be relative. Okay. So basically it's saying remove file, same as unlinked. Okay, so basically it wants to remove file. So let's try to remove os.remove new folder. Okay, I have to pass it like string. System cannot find the file specified. Let's do dot directory. Okay, it's type. Okay. Okay, so somehow we are getting access denied. So what we need to do, we are just going to do it like type here cmd or git bash, whatever you want to terminal, and just run it as administrator. Let's see if using administrator. So now we see. Okay, so I have this folder. What I'm going to do, I'm initialize Python here. Okay, so this is the same terminal. Just I open this in administrator mode, and after this, what I'm going to do, import os dot remove dot backslash folder. Okay, that's another thing because we don't have permission. Or okay, if you allow this permission for somehow, so it will going to work because this one will only work if you allow that permission somehow. Because in our Windows, maybe I am not allowed that to access this folder. Therefore, it is not going to access that. And the next one is deleting a directory. We have so basically we have rmdir after this. Let's say os.mkdir empty dir. Now I'm going to this. You can see empty dir, emptdir on the top. Now we are going to remove os.rmdir. Okay, we should pass this empty dir. So you can see it removed this one. For somehow we have problems in removing that. Okay, let's try one more time. What is this? os.remove. So os.remove should I think remove files. So we have on temp.txt I think. Okay, let's I will try now I'm going to try to remove this. os.remove temp.txt. Okay, so sorry for that. os.remove will remove files and os.rmdir is going to remove folders. So that's the difference. Therefore, it's raising error and permission error also. And we have lost our file. That's module 4. Module 3. Okay, it is a module. We'll just wait a second. Okay, now we are back to it. Okay, now next one is os.rename. So let's try to create one file. So just like we have one file name, this is file one.file.txt. Okay, I can't remember because it is in use. So we have underscore temp.txt. Now since as soon as I run this os dot os.rename underscore temp.txt to the new underscore temp.txt. So what will happen? It is going to change this file name. So you can see on VS Code it is saying that, as you can see, this file is not exist anymore. So therefore it is showing cut symbol on that. And here we got new underscore temp.txt. So in this way you can use os.rename. Now we have let's say we want to check os.path.exists. What you need to do for it, you need to check os.path.exists. We are going to check it out in the same way, just like we need to check is that the path is given is valid or not. So for checking that, you can use it like simple os.path.exists, and after this, just like we have my mod after this. So it should work, I think. Okay, module has exists. Okay, not exit, exists. EXIST. Okay, exists. So basically, I recommend it. So as you can see, it is showing true. Now let's say no dir because there is no dir like that, so it is showing false. So therefore, os.path.exists is used to get whether the file path is valid or not in for our system. So that's all about using os module, and let me search for more if I have. So I may not have another thing like this. Okay, so that's all for import os. And next one, we are going to learn about path module. So it is same as the os module, but it is little much more different and much more reliable than os module. Why? Because basically os is just like directly returning data type in the format of string, true and false, simple method. But while the Parkley is the object-oriented method, like it optimizes it same thing, same as os, but has more features because it uses ops programming for its module. So these are some of the functions which we are going to use for Parkley, and you can see it in purpose done to manage file and directories using Python standard library. So basically, in this way, you can create this, you can use this file, and so that's the next step.